of the soldiers, family members, and contractors of Task Force Talent, we wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the tropical U.S. territory of Guam.
I call it bells and whistles, but if you don't have the wall, it doesn't work. With the icebreakers, you need a lot of steel. Well, I want to wish everybody a really Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Just remember, the people in our country, we're very proud of you. The country's doing well. We have a little bit of a shutdown because we believe in walls and we believe in borders and we believe in barriers. And, you know, we have a special country. People have to come in through the legal process, not just walk in. We have no idea who they are. And we're stopping drugs at a record rate, but we need some help, and the help is the wall. We need a wall to help us. We had caravans of people coming up. You've been seeing it. And we stopped them. We stopped them cold. And they're heading back. For the most part, they're heading back or they're staying in Mexico. But I will tell you, I know the work you do, and it's been amazing. And it's great. I will see you all. I know I'll meet you all. I'll see you all. But on behalf of the country, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Keep doing the job. We're all very proud of you. Nobody can do what you do. I can't tell you when the government's going to be open. I can tell you it's not going to be open until we have a wall, a fence, whatever they'd like to call it. I'll call it whatever they want. But it's all the same thing. It's a barrier from people pouring into our company, into our country from drugs.
അത് INL-ന് വരുത്തിയ നഷ്ടവും ചെറുതല്ല. ന്യൂനപക്ഷ രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിലെ ബദൽ പ്രതീക്ഷയായി പിറന്ന പാർട്ടി അതിന്റെ സർവ്വപ്രതാപവും ചോർന്ന് നിലനിൽപ്പ് തന്നെ ആശങ്കയിലായ ഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇടതുമുന്നണിയിലേക്ക് എത്തുന്നത്. KR സജു, മീഡിയ 1, കോഴിക്കോട്.
ഉപാധികളില്ലാതെയാണ് ഇടതുമുന്നണിയിൽ
parents. However, that child is now being taken care of by other relatives. Now, the Gaston County courts, they are closed, so they are doing court next week. Live in Gastonia, Howard Monroe for Fox 46 Charlotte.
A car crashes into a pawn shop, and now police want to know why. Take a look at these photos. They were sent to us from Amy Barnes from the scene on Conover Boulevard. You can see a minivan partially inside that quick cash pawn. No one was hurt.
A deadly disease spreading across the South, and it could reach North Carolina's deer population. There have been reports deer in states like Virginia and Tennessee are suffering from chronic wasting disease, which is always deadly. To prevent or slow the spread, the North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission is prohibiting hunters now from importing deer carcasses from outside the state.
Recovery efforts are underway in Indonesia after a deadly tsunami, and now there's a threat for more. This is new video from Kurita Beach, one of the hardest hit areas on the island. Indonesian authorities are asking people near the island volcano to avoid the coast while eruptions and weather and sea conditions are monitored for tsunami risks. Now, a tsunami on Saturday night killed more than 420 people, displacing thousands. The government says high waves and heavy rains are possible today, and the wall of the volcano's crater is prone to collapse.
More than 14,000 people donated to the GoFundMe page, supporting a North Carolina native and a homeless vet who gave his last few bucks to help a stranded woman.
Or so we thought, but the story turned out to be a lie. Now you could get a refund. Fox News correspondent Anna Koyman has details.
Their story captivated the country. A homeless man giving his last $20 to help a New Jersey woman who ran out of gas, but it all turned out to be a scam.
The paying it forward story that drove this fundraiser might seem too good to be true. Unfortunately, it was. The entire campaign was predicated on a lie.
The feel-good tale resulting in more than $400,000 raised for homeless veteran Johnny Bobbitt on GoFundMe. Now the crowdfunding site says it has fully refunded everyone who contributed to that campaign. The fundraising platform spokesman releasing a statement Tuesday saying in part, GoFundMe always fully protects donors, which is why we have a comprehensive refund policy in place, adding that fraudulent fundraisers are, quote, unacceptable and make up less than 0.1% of all campaigns. To help assure those who are hesitant to donate to a GoFundMe cause in the future, the company tell people to donate. When Bobbitt said he wasn't getting the money raised on his behalf, authorities launched an investigation. All three have been charged with conspiracy and second-degree theft by deception. In New York, Anna Koyman, Fox News.
Well, you might think, I would rather have the kids at my house drinking than out driving and drinking. Well, it turns out that thinking could lead you broke. We'll explain coming up.
Plus, could we be one step closer to curing cancer? That answer
6:12 now on your Wednesday. Welcome back into Good Day.
Yes, it is a chilly Wednesday. Also 29 degrees out there, but we're only going up from here for today, right?
Exactly. And yesterday morning we fell to 24.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So, you know, this is better.
Okay. I'll only complain to Rochelle, not to you.
only complain about, you know, about a 2-degree difference because we did fall to 26.
Yeah.
But it is still very cold out there. So for folks that are heading out right now, grab that jacket. We did hit 24 yesterday morning, a high of 54 for your Christmas day. And today is almost a carbon copy of that. It's 29 degrees right now. Sunshine out there. And we are expecting still to see more sunshine as the afternoon goes on. By 3 p.m., a high of because of all this wind pushing in from the south. So as that moves in, you're seeing all that red in North Charlotte University area as well as Cabarrus County. That is going to continue. So I would say Friday morning is going to be a pretty messy one in terms of rainfall and even thunderstorm potential. And around lunchtime, still holding on to some of those heavier batches of rain before things start to clear out as we go towards the evening hours. So neighborhood weather alert days for your Thursday and Friday, 90% chance of rain for Friday. And it could be heavy at times, but notice those temperatures are in the 60s, 66 degrees by Saturday, and some showers coming in late that evening. We keep rain chances all the way into the beginning of the new year. High temperatures will fall back into the mid-50s and a 40% chance of rain for New Year's Eve. Chuck?
Well, thanks, Brittany. I like those senior temperatures, actually, for this time of year. Folks, your commute this morning looking really good. You headed out the door, green conditions, all directions, north, south, east, and west. Normally, history has shown us we don't have a lot of merging delays or any on this day. You'll see a little congestion around the shopping centers as people return some items and do a little shopping. But, folks, really, the major roads are in good shape right now. Construction projects are suspended till after the first of the year. Let's take a look outside. Pull up one of our cameras right now and just take a look at Independence Freeway in East Charlotte. Volume light. Outbound or eastbound traffic is headed away from us in this picture. Going to Matthews, coming in from Matthews to Uptown. Everybody doing well. Do me a favor, good people. Keep the speed in check. You don't want a ticket. Back to the studio.
We are in day 5 now of a partial government shutdown. President Trump doing nothing to simmer his temper toward his budget stalemate with Democratic lawmakers. Fox News correspondent Ellison Barber has a report now from the White House.
The President and First Lady spending Christmas Eve at the National Cathedral. Nearly 1,000 miles away from their other home in Mar-a-Lago.
I'd rather not be doing shutdowns. I've been at the White House, and I love the White House, but I wasn't able to be with my family. I thought it would be wrong for me to be with my family. I just didn't want to go down and be there when other people are hurting.
President Trump began Christmas Day with calls to troops overseas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, keep doing the job. We're all very proud of you.
And a chat with reporters. Mr. Trump says he cannot say when the partial government shutdown will end, but he says the road to its end must be paved with money for walls along the southern border.
I can tell you it's not going to be open until we have a wall, a fence, whatever they'd like to call it. I'll call it whatever they want.
Democrats, the president argues, are not truly against a border wall, that they supported physical barriers in the past. He says it's personal.
As soon as I said I want to build the wall, they were all against it. It's like, take another example. Take Comey. Everybody hated Comey. They thought he did a horrible job. The Democrats hated him. They were calling for his resignation. They were calling for his firing, including Schumer, including Nancy Pelosi, until I fired him. And once I fired him, everybody said, oh, why did you fire him?
As for the hundreds of thousands of federal workers impacted by the shutdown,
well, I think they understand what's happening. They want border security. The people of this country want border security.
in a Quinnipiac poll conducted earlier this month, 54% of American voters opposed building a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border, and 54% said it's not necessary to improve border security. But 86% of Republicans supported the wall, and 59% said they would support shutting down the government because of it. Democrats strongly opposed it. Independent voters are divided. 62% of American voters said they would oppose. Not say who specifically received the contract, only that it was different people. The White House did not provide additional details in regards to the trip or the contract, despite requests from Fox News.
Good morning, President Trump.
In between the calls to troops and talk of the wall, the president also talked about the economy and the Federal Reserve. I'm Ellison Barber, Fox News.
Good morning. Thank you for starting your day with Good Day Charlotte.
All right, welcome back. Well, New Year's Eve party's right around the corner, and if your teens get a hold of the bubbly or the liquor, they could be in more trouble than just a nasty hangover. And parents, you could face criminal charges and even lawsuits, which is why Talk It Out NC, a state-sponsored initiative, is launching Operation Holiday Party Parenting. And joining us this morning is Nicole Augustine with Talk It Out NC. So glad that you could be here this morning. Tell us, the numbers are staggering in terms of what aged kids now start drinking and how many students report that it's a problem. Tell us the latest numbers.
Yeah, so here in North Carolina, we see the average age about 14 of a young person starting to drink. When we do our survey, we show that at least 94% of students believe it's an actual problem, underage drinking.
And what can parents do? Obviously, as we mentioned, the parties are coming up, and a lot of parents have that mindset, well, if they're going to be drinking, I'd rather them do it at home than out where I don't know where there might be. But that can get parents into a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. So a lot of folks are aware that it's illegal to sell alcohol to a minor, but many folks don't understand it's illegal to provide it too, whether that's your child or a friend or a family member. It's illegal to give alcohol to anyone who's under 21. And it can be bring some liability financially and criminally, actually.
Now, you brought some cups with us, and I just wanted you to show, because a lot of parents are going to be hosting parties, and there's going to be adults and teenagers there, and you had a really good tip.
Yeah, so a lot of folks have heard of the red Solo cup. It's very, very common for people to use. I say save these for your adults, and instead for folks under 21 to use a clear cup. This is a great way you can see what's in the cup, and it's an easy way to distinguish who's under 21 at your parties.
And there are major repercussions for parents, not just if they're caught serving alcohol to minors or just alcohol being consumed by underage kids in the home, but if something happens, they can not only be on the hook financially, criminally as well. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. And that basically just goes back to the point that it's illegal for someone under the age of 21 to consume. And so if you as an adult provide, you then become liable because you're the responsible party, whether that's financially or criminally. If they leave your home and then get in a car and drive, we know that New Year's Eve in general, there's a lot more alcohol consumption. And that is also the time that we see more and more youth ending up in the hospital who will drive under the influence. And those are all huge repercussions for the youth, for society.
And this is all how Operation Holiday Party Parenting started.
Exactly.
Give us, what's the general gist of
Good morning. Thank you for starting your day with Good Day Charlotte.
8:27 now. Welcome back in.
Yes, it is 8:27 right now, and if you're looking to cheers for the new year, the Carolina Panthers now have their own vodka. Take a listen to this.
New idea for you, right? It's to celebrate 25 years, and they are teaming up now with Silver Screen Bottling Company for a spirit that's going to be called Two States Vodka. It's $25 for the bottle. I don't know how big the bottle is, so I don't know yet if that's a good deal
or not.
or a bad deal, right? But they are both states are represented on the logo. Panther then standing on top. And if you want to try it, though, you do have to wait until April. Here is our sports director, Will Kunkel, with a look now at what else is happening in sports today.
So on Monday, Ron said they were having an
good day right after this. Hour, the final one today for this post-Christmas newscast for you. I'm Paige Failing.
I'm Rochelle Metzger, in for Jason Harper on this Wednesday, hump day, post-Christmas day.
Yes.
Glad you all could join us this morning. We got Chuck Rhodes checking on the roads. Anything out there we should know about?
Not really. Really, the history has shown us this is not a busy travel day. So if you do have to travel back and forth, it's a good day. Just keep the speed in check. We're not even seeing any big problems at all.
Because you know from experience, the police are out today, right?
I got a ticket about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago on this day with the kids in the car. That was
what's
the learning?
It was a learning experience.
Exactly. There you go.
No, it's real easy to go like super fast because it's like hardly anybody out there.
Right.
That's how
exactly
it happens quickly.
And you're singing the Christmas music's on the radio, and
but definitely for folks that are heading out and driving the speed limit, going wherever they're going. It is going to be cold right now. I would say over the next few hours until the sun really gets going, it's going to be a little bit chilly. We can thank the high pressure for that because that's been keeping things dry and quiet. The good news is this afternoon, things are still going to be quiet. Bad news is all of this rain that you're seeing out over Kansas and Oklahoma, all of that's going to eventually make its way into our area, but it's not here right now. So we're taking a look at the Fox 46 radar. Clear skies here in the Charlotte area, lots of sunshine, and we will see those temperatures warming up. It's just right now, we're still in the 30s and in the 20s. Charlotte, finally back in the 30s. We're at 34 degrees, Jefferson at 28, along with Shelby and Chester, you're right at freezing at 32 degrees. But the sunshine will be here this afternoon. But by tomorrow morning, cloud cover as well as some rain moving in by the early afternoon hours around 1:30. The mountains seeing some of that rain first, and then off and on showers for the Charlotte area as we go through tomorrow evening. This is around 8 p.m. That rain moving from Gaston into Mecklenburg County and then continuing to overspread through the overnight hours. And look how heavy This rain becomes around 6:30 a.m. on your Friday. All of that red that you're seeing here in Burke and Caldwell County will eventually move into the Charlotte area. You can see, even with this, we could see some heavy rain and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms around 9 a.m. And as we go through the rest of the morning, still that rain is holding on, things clearing out by the early evening hours. Some of those rainfall totals a little bit higher up towards the higher elevations, but everybody basically has a shot of seeing 1 to 2 inches of rain and an isolated 3 in some spots north of the I-40 corridor. Neighborhood weather alert days for your Thursday and Friday with a 60 to 90% chance of rain. Chuck?
Well, thank you, Brittany. Good day, Charlotte, folks. Light volume of traffic and no problems right now on the major roads that would alter your ride. Keep the speed in check, though, especially on those major roads. Police out and about looking for speeders and aggressive drivers. We'll keep you posted if there's anything. Now back to the studio.
A man and a woman are in the Gaston County Jail this morning after police found them passed out in a car.
Oh, it's a terrible story because a 1-year-old child was in the car with them, and now they are facing drug charges in addition to other things. Our Howard Monroe joins us live now from Gastonia.
It's over there out of curiosity. In broad daylight on Christmas and contributing to the delinquency of a child. There's no sense in a 1-year-old being in that situation on Christmas. Now, it's not clear if the adults are that child's parents. However, they are due in court next week. Live in Gastonia, Howard Monroe for Fox 46 Charlotte.
Well, as 2018 comes to a close, we take a look back now, from breakthroughs in cancer research to transformative surgeries.
We do want to warn you, though, some of these images might be a bit graphic. Fox News Dr. Manny Alvarez takes us on a look back at this year in health.
There were quite a few incredible face transplants in 2018. Nearly 2.5 years after Cameron Underwood attempted to end his life, the 26-year-old was given a second chance, thanks in part to his face transplant team at New York University Langone Medical Center.
I'm able to smile, to speak, and to eat solid foods again.
National Geographic September issue covered the transformation of Katie Stubblefield, a 21-year-old survivor of a suicide attempt who became the youngest person in the United States to undergo a face transplant.
Her whole story made our team come together much faster, and I think we sort of ran toward her to take care of her.
Stubblefield went through 3 years of reconstructive procedures and more than 15 hours on the operating table. A new groundbreaking breast cancer study found many women with early breast cancer do not benefit from chemotherapy. New data from a trial called TAILOR-X show that 70% of women with the most common type of breast cancer may not need chemotherapy, which would eliminate the harsh side effects associated with the cardiotoxic treatment. Juuling became a big trend this year. Juuls are a type of vaporizers designed to be so discreet that most people don't know they're an e-cigarette. They're small enough to fit in the palm of your hand and can be charged using a laptop's USB slot, making it easy for students to pass them off as flash drives in class. From 1999 to 2016, more than 200,000 people died in the United States from overdoses related to prescription opioids, according to the CDC.
Together, we are going to end the scourge of drug addiction in America. We are going to end it, or we are going to at least make an extremely big dent in this terrible, terrible problem.
President Donald Trump signed sweeping opioids legislation into law. The bill included provisions aimed at supporting research to find new drugs for pain management that will not be addictive. It also increased access to treatment for substance abuse disorders for Medicaid patients. As the opioid epidemic continued, a synthetic marijuana called K2 made headlines for causing dozens of overdoses and deaths. Synthetic marijuana, which can be described as plant material sprayed with chemicals that mimic the high from real marijuana. Despite federal laws classifying it as a controlled substance, 10 states and Washington, D.C. have now legalized marijuana for recreational use for adults over the age of 21. And 33 states have legalized medical marijuana.
I'm Dr. Manny, Fox News.
All right, well, do you know what day it is?
I do now. It's National Candy cane day every year, apparently. December 26th, set aside for the striped candy, and some recipes for it date back to the 19th century. It quickly became a Christmas staple, hanging on family Christmas trees around the country. Various shapes, sizes, and flavors that it comes in. I always thought it was just peppermint, but apparently you can enjoy peppermint, chocolate, cherry, mac and cheese.
I know, we learned that
earlier,
today.
Right? All kinds of weird flavors. I know. Speaking of the holidays, you can check out the best holiday movie, I think, one of them at least, of all time. Home Alone, right? Is at the drive-in, it is the drive-in movie, I should say, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway from tonight through Sunday. It's the last one, too, so if you haven't been out yet, or even if you have, go back. 3.5 million lights, that's how many they have, and the fabulous movie for you to enjoy as well. Here's what's coming up on Good Day. We all know the music, right? From the Nutcracker, it's timeless, and we all love it. What happens, though, when you throw a little hip-hop beat behind it? These folks are going to show us, and we're going to hear from them all about it after the break. Oh, there's a hint.
.41 now on your Wednesday. Welcome back into Good Day, Charlotte. We're going to throw it over to Brittany Hamilton in for Nick Koster in the Fox 46 Neighborhood Stormwatch Center, and it's going to be a chilly one this morning, Brittany.
Definitely. It's cold out there right now. We're at 34 degrees. Perfect graphic for that. We're seeing temperatures in the 30s down in Monroe, 28 over in Wadesboro. Salisbury's at 26 degrees, and you're at 28 in Albemarle. So everybody needs some type of jacket or coat as you head out the door. This afternoon, though, it's going to be nice. Once again, 55 degrees here in the Charlotte area. Jefferson at 46, 54 for Shelby, and Hickory around 52. Here in Chester, looking at a high of 56 degrees. And the sunshine will be here today. Enjoy it because it's not here tomorrow. We're talking about a lot of cloud cover building in, as well as the chance for some rain. This is around 1:30. For the mountains, you guys could see some of those showers and thunderstorms coming in first, and then some off and on showers here for the Charlotte area around 8 p.m. tomorrow. And notice things get increasingly heavy as we go through Thursday night and early Friday morning. Take a look at this. You can see all that red showing up over towards Morganton and Lenoir. All of that rain is eventually going to move towards the Charlotte area, bringing in those heavier batches of rain in North Charlotte along University area and into Cabarrus County, and some heavy rain down in Chester. And also notice that the winds are coming out of the south. That's bringing in some slightly warmer air. Our temperatures will actually be in the 60s on Friday, and that could fuel the chance for a few showers and thunderstorms as we go through the early afternoon hours. Around 12:45, some of that heavier rain continuing to move into the Charlotte area. So here's your 7-day forecast. 55 today, 51 tomorrow, and from there, we start to see that warm up coming with temperatures in the mid-60s. 90% chance of rain on your Friday, making it a neighborhood weather alert day. But we do keep rain chances pretty much into the beginning of the new year. Chuck?
Well, thank you, Brittany. Good day, Charlotte, folks. In Charlotte, Mecklenburg, no problems, but I am getting reports of an accident not far from Salisbury, 85 southbound near Peach Orchard Road, exit 72, blocking the left 2 lanes, but you're still getting by double wide on the right-hand side, about a half a mile with the slowdowns right now. But coming from the Salisbury area toward Concord, you can still use 85 with minimal delays. We'll keep you posted, but that's all that's on the board right now. 85 south near exit 72, Peach Orchard Road. Back to the studio.
Well, it is a holiday mashup for the whole family. We're talking about the Nutcracker, but not just the normal Nutcracker you're used to. This is the hip-hop Nutcracker, okay? A contemporary work set to Tchaikovsky's timeless music, and you can see it all at the Night Theater. Starting tonight, this morning, Seth Hillard and Nubian Nene join us from the cast to tell us all about it. I got a taste. I've seen you guys warming up, and it is awesome already. That was a little bit of a glimpse also that we just showed. Thank you for coming in, first of all.
Thank you for having us.
In the midst of, the craziness, I know that is the holidays, but also you're getting ready for the show. Tell us about how this came to be that you decided to do the Nutcracker, the traditional Nutcracker, but in a hip-hop style.
You want me to go?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So our artistic director had this idea to put the Nutcracker in a hip-hop version. And she really always had this affinity with classical music, and she just wanted to pair it up with some hip-hop dancing.
And it works so well. I think people will be surprised by how perfectly the moves and the music and everything just kind of hits, right? What do you guys keep in mind as you're dancing this? Well, because you said, Seth, you did the Nutcracker as a child in its traditional form, right? How is it different to now do it as hip-hop?
Well, I've been doing hip-hop a lot longer, so when I did it as a kid, I wasn't like, it was like a kid version, so I'm not like fully classically trained or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's picking up hip-hop moves, like spinning on my hands or anything like that, to a symphony of music is very interesting, but it's like, it does go, like, yeah.
It totally does. I mean, look, you can see on the screen right now, right? That was footage of you guys doing it. And that is what I'm surprised by, too. It is not just, it is an athletic feat, right? The whole show. What's it like for you guys doing it? I imagine you're tired already. Just from warming up, I would be watching you.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 2-hour show, and luckily we have different sections where we're not necessarily 2 hours on stage, but it is a very, very tiring performance.
What's your favorite part about doing the Nutcracker in this style, in the hip-hop style?
Oh, I think the cast is my favorite.
Yeah, the cast, definitely. Yeah. Everybody's really dynamic.
Yeah.
And we all just pick apart and learn from each other in every style.
Does this give you more opportunity to kind of ad-lib and to sort of freestyle on the dancing than doing it traditionally, too?
Totally, totally.
Which must be fun, too, because what's everyone's background who's part of the cast?
It ranges from everything from a couple of classically trained dancers, and then I've been dancing since I was a kid, from cultural dances to breaking, hip-hop, and yeah.
Well, you can see it now yourself, and you know what the cool thing is? You can go see it more than once, because as you mentioned, you never know what you might see, right? If the feeling hits them, but you're gonna see a little bit this morning to give you a little bit of a taste. The show runs from tonight until the 29th at the Night Theater. It is the hip-hop Nutcracker, and guess what? They're gonna give you a taste of it when we come back here. Seth and Nene, thank you so much for coming in. We're gonna release you to go continue to warm up, and you keep that hand ready, because I've seen him on one hand support his whole body and spell his whole name forwards and backwards. Guys, we're back with more Good Day and all of that in just a minute. Welcome back. Just before the break, we told you you can see the Hip Hop Nutcracker right here in Charlotte right now at the Night Theater. The show runs tonight through the 29th, but they're going to give you a little bit of taste this morning. Take it away.
Welcome back into Good Day, 5:54 right now. We have a social moment. It's your turn, B-Hams.
B-Hams, see what you got.
8:54, you know, we're not going to go back 3 hours.
What did she say, 7:54?
She said 5.
Oh, geez, really?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. 8:54.
It's okay.
It's all right, bro.
I'm going to take us back to yesterday because I'm talking about...
Well, she's trying to take us back to earlier this morning, so go for it.
Just spending time with my family on Christmas. Now, my mom and my sister and my grandma, they all live here in Charlotte, but it's very rare that we all get to still get together and, you know, just have dinner and have fun. So we took our normal pictures that we take on Christmas at the house and at our at my grandmother's cousin's house. So that was in front of the tree. And we had a really good time yesterday. Just ate a lot of food. That's my mom there in the middle, my sister on the end. and my grandma there in the front. So we just had a lot of fun.
What a beautiful lady.
Beautiful ladies,
Oh,
yes.
do you love that? How fun. 3 generations there. That's so neat to all get together. Who got teary first? Be honest.
You know, that's usually my mom.
Okay.
You know, she gets all sentimental, like, oh, I'm just glad everybody's here and everybody. I'm like, well, Mom, we're here most of the time, but I guess it's like it's special because it's Christmas.
Different. It's different. Oh, I'm so glad you guys got to do that. That's wonderful. Thank you for those pictures, too. And you have good weather for us today.
Exactly. It's almost going to be exactly like yesterday. So temperature-wise, 55 degrees for the high today. We are in the 30s now. Ooh, 34 degrees. We'll make it to 55 by this afternoon. A little bit cooler tomorrow. We are looking at cloud cover and rain coming in, but the heaviest of that rain is going to be on Friday. I think Friday morning is going to be a little bit of a mess. We have heavy rain, the potential maybe even for some thunderstorms between the hours of about 6 a.m. and noon. So this is going to be a little bit messy, but notice those temperatures in the 60s as we head towards the weekend. But we do keep rain chances all the way into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Chuck, anything going on the roads?
No, I just love those senior temperatures you've got there. Is it going to be a warmer winter?
You know, it is supposed to be warmer on average, even though we did have that first taste of snow, so everybody's like, are you sure? But it has been very mild the past couple of weeks. I would say probably about 6-7 degrees above average, so we can keep that going.
Yes.
I like it. And your commute's going to be good today as well, folks. History has shown us not really a heavily traveled day. Looking live outside in West Charlotte here, 85 at Sam Wilson. Folks, this is what you're going to deal with. Just do me a favor. Keep the speed in check all week long, folks, because we may be off and the roads are a little bit lighter, have a tendency to speed up a little bit. Don't want to make those police officers pull us over.
Chuck Rhodes, thank you, sir. Hey, guys, a reminder for you. You can see this young lady, Miss Rochelle Metzger, today at 11 and every day at 11 for Fox's only all-digital newscast. It is Fox 46 Now, and you will get all of your headlines for the day and the latest on the news. You can watch that on fox46charlotte.com, on our Facebook page, or, of course, on the free Fox 46 News app.
And I guess I'll have to get a watch for that because apparently mine's not working.
Oh, no! That's right. Bye, guys.
Breaking news right now.
CMPD is searching for the person responsible for shooting a man on the city's east side. Details on what happened in moments.
And it is now day 5 of the federal government shutdown. It appears there is no end in sight at this point. We will hear from the president on the matter in just a bit. This is a live look right now at the Capitol building this morning in Washington, D.C. on a crisp day there and a crisp day here, 28 degrees. We'll hear details on that in just a moment. Welcome into Good Day Charlotte, folks. It's 4:30 this Wednesday morning. I'm Paige Failing.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger, filling in for Jason Harper on this Wednesday. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for joining us. We got Chuck Rhodes checking on the roads. I hope it's fairly quiet right now.
It is. It's a Christmas commute. So
there you go.
Nice.
Picking up later, though, probably, right, as people hit the road?
Yeah, we'll see some. It's usually not a heavily traveled day, but we'll see a little bit business today. Back in the shopping centers for return gifts.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Brittany Hamilton, how are we looking weather-wise?
Well, it's cold, so that might keep them in a little bit longer. Maybe they'll come out later on in the day because right now we're in the 20s. So very chilly start to your day. LRB, good morning to you. Putting your neighborhood's first 29 degrees right now. Skies are clear. That allowed those temperatures really to quickly fall last night. And we are seeing temperatures in the 20s across most of the area this morning. Some spots are in the 30s. Jefferson around 30 degrees, but Boone, you're at 25. Charlotte is sitting at 28 degrees. You're at 31 down in Monroe and in Chesterfield, and Albemarle and Wadesboro at 27 degrees. So it is a cold start pretty much for everybody this morning, so you will need that jacket as you head out the door. And we've seen this over the past couple of days where the morning starts off very cold. The afternoon is pretty nice with temperatures in the 50s. And that's the same thing for today. We really don't have much cloud cover coming in, maybe later on in the evening, but through the afternoon, it's going to be a nice one with highs in the 50s. And enjoy it because by Thursday, this is around 1:30 p.m., some rain pushing into some of our mountain counties, and then some cloud cover across the rest of the Piedmont throughout the day. And tomorrow, we will see some light to moderate rainfall early on, and that's going to continue till about 8 p.m., and then some heavier rain starts to build in late Thursday night into Friday morning. This is around 6:30, and you're noticing all that red. This is a line of heavy rain, potentially even a couple of thunderstorms mixing in there on Friday, and that's going to overspread the area throughout Friday morning. So Friday morning commute may be a little bit messy, and we do have that chance for some thunderstorms. The good news is it doesn't look to be severe, so if you do plan to be out Friday, it is mainly going to be a heavy rain event. 55 degrees for the high today, 45 in Boone and Newland, and 46 degrees over in Jefferson. Chuck?
Well, thank you, Brittany. Good day, Charlotte. 4:32. Pretty quiet in the traffic center this morning, folks. Not a whole lot to talk about. A number of people returning to work today, but it shouldn't be the typical workday week that we have. If we can, you can see green conditions behind me. Let's take a live look outside at the conditions to show you what the road looks like right now. I-85 here in West Charlotte. Northbound traffic on 85 coming in from Gastonia. Coming toward us, southbound traffic headed away from us. No construction project scheduled to be going on right now. Just make sure you're obeying the posted speed limit in the work zone. Workers will be back out there after the first of the year. Back to the studio.
Breaking news right now.
Back to the breaking news we mentioned at the top of the hour. CMPD searching for a shooter after a man was hit by gunfire on the city's east side. Now, this happened just before 10 o'clock last night on Woodbend Drive and Farm Pond Lane in the Idlewild Farms neighborhood. Police say when they arrived to the scene, they found a man shot. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. No word yet on a motive. CMPD has not arrested anyone at this time.
And CMPD is also trying to sort out what happened at a shooting in South Charlotte. This happened in Christmas Eve on Audrey Kell Road in Ballantyne. Police say a person there was wounded near the Sports Connection Entertainment Center. The victim taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. No arrests have been made in the shooting.
A man and a woman facing several charges this morning after being found passed out in a car.
Gastonia police say they were high on drugs with a child in the car. Fox 46's Howard Monroe has the details.
I heard a baby crying, so I kind of glanced over there out of curiosity.
In broad daylight on Christmas Eve afternoon, a baby found crying outside this QT gas station in Gastonia. The adults, Lauren Patterson and Glenn Willoughby, passed out. Police say they were high on drugs, a needle found in the car while the car was running. They're held on a $100,000 bond. Among the other charges the two face are possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and contributing to the delinquency of a child.
There's no sense in a one-year-old being in that situation on Christmas Eve with their parents in the front seat and passed out, not knowing what's going on. So I have a little girl myself that's about the same age as her, so I kind of, thought of my daughter at the time. Kind of felt like I had to do something. So.
That was our Howard Monroe reporting. Well, a family in Huntersville had a rough Christmas after a fire ripped through their home. This happened last night along Everett Keith Road. Huntersville Fire, says one of their firefighters suffered a leg injury. Wow, look at that blaze. You can see the police on scene. None of the occupants of that house was hurt, thank goodness. A dog did, though, die in that fire. Fire crews saying they were able to get the fire under control fairly quickly. They say the home, which is tucked back along a dirt road, did have extensive damage. It's not clear what started that fire. And authorities searching for clues as to what might have caused a car to crash into a pawn shop. Take a look at these photos sent to us from Amy Barnes from the scene on Conover Boulevard. Wow, look at that. You can see a minivan partially inside the Quick Cash pawn. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
We are now entering day 5 of the nation's government shutdown. A live look here at the Capitol building this morning from D.C. President Trump saying he doesn't know when it will end, but he did say the shutdown will continue unless he gets funding for a border wall.
I can tell you it's not going to be open until we have a wall, a fence, whatever they'd like to call it. I'll call it whatever they want. As soon as I said I want to build the wall, they were all against it.
Democrats say they do want safe borders, but they want to focus on areas like technology and an increase in border personnel. Mr. Trump announced he will visit Texas next month for a groundbreaking ceremony on a section of that wall.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection says it's conducting new medical checks on every child in its custody after the second reported death of a minor this month. CBP says they're focusing checks on children under the age of 10. An 8-year-old boy from Guatemala died early Christmas morning while in the agency's custody. That death coming just weeks after a 7-year-old girl died in the hospital shortly after being apprehended by border agents. CBP says they need the help of other government agencies to care for children it's detaining.
Hundreds of migrants released by immigration and customs enforcement officers at a Texas bus station. That left volunteer groups and officials in El Paso scrambling to provide them aid. The group of more than 200 undocumented immigrants were dropped off by ICE just outside a Greyhound station Sunday. More were brought to the area throughout the week. ICE officials promising at least 24 hours notice before releasing immigrants. Recovery efforts underway in Indonesia this morning after a deadly tsunami there. This is video from Kurita Beach, one of the hardest hit areas. Locals are working to salvage whatever they can, but many have been left with absolutely nothing. More than 420 people killed, hundreds of others hurt or still missing. Experts say a volcanic eruption triggered an underwater landslide, creating catastrophic waves there. This is Indonesia's third major disaster this year alone, caused by earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanoes.
Relations between the U.S. and North Korea have thawed since President Trump met with Kim Jong-un. Now, U.S. officials are anxiously awaiting an upcoming speech by the dictator to see which direction things might be headed as we enter into the new year. The two leaders met in a June summit in Singapore, and the president wants a second meeting in the new year. A North Korean state publication recently wrote Pyongyang refuses to dismantle its weapons until the U.S. eliminates the threat it poses to North Korea. It also pushed the U.S. to ease sanctions, but administration officials have refused.
The world remains united in enforcing and implementing United Nations sanctions until the final fully verified denuclearization of North Korea.
Officials are waiting on Kim Jong-un's annual New Year's Day address for indications of where North Korea stands on this process.
Charlotte Douglas International Airport, very busy this Christmas holiday. There were long lines at TSA and at baggage claim. Airport leaders expect passenger traffic to pick up even more today as thousands head back home to the Queen City. Many passengers choosing to fly, beating the crowds, even surprising loved ones with a visit.
Yes, she's been gone for months. I haven't seen her in months. She's been across the country. And as you see, I don't know if you can tell, but I was almost in tears seeing her for the first time. So.
Now, during the government shutdown, TSA agents are seeing that their paychecks have been delayed. Passengers, though, we spoke with said security for them had been stress-free. Still ahead now on Good Day. Call it a Christmas miracle. We will introduce you to one father who got to spend the holiday with his daughters for the very first time.
Plus, the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office playing Santa for several families Christmas Day. Hear the impact that event had on the county's top cop. Up next.
A Union County business owner accused of taking money for gravestones and not delivering.
People paid thousands of dollars for headstones but received nothing.
The salesman gave excuses and then he disappeared.
Fox 46 reported more victims came forward. Weinkauf Memorial stepped in to help get results for this grieving mom.
That's beautiful.
The business owner and his wife were arrested. Have a story? Call, email, or reach out through Facebook or Twitter. Fox 46 Charlotte, getting results.
Good morning. Thank you for starting your day with Good Day Charlotte.
Well, this will get your morning started. Turn here at 4:43 in the morning. Oh, gosh, if Jason was here, you know he'd be like...
waiting for the beat to drop. I know, I love it. I don't know if the weather today warrants that type of music, but I mean, why not, right? A lot of people are going to be in their cars, maybe, heading home or...
You know, but the past few days, even though it started off really cold like this, they've been nice.
They've been beautiful,
A lot of sunshine,
right.
you know, and that's what we're looking at today again. But enjoy it, because after that, we're talking about some rain. So we'll get to that in just a second. We're taking a look at York, South Carolina, putting your neighborhood first. It's 29 degrees with clear skies. So as I mentioned, the past few mornings, it's been like this because we've had high pressure in place and those temperatures really fall quickly overnight. Visibility at about 6 miles. And across the rest of the area, if you're in Charlotte, you're at 28. Hickory around 32 degrees. Jefferson is now at 29. And Chester right at freezing at 32. Wadesboro at 27. And as I mentioned, it's going to be pretty nice this afternoon. A lot of sunshine out there. This is around 2:40 p.m. Nothing going on the future satellite and radar. Maybe a few clouds mixing in after about 4 p.m. But from there, we are talking about some rain coming into the forecast for your Thursday. If you're up in the mountains, you guys could see some of this first late morning tomorrow and early afternoon. This is around 1:30. You're seeing that rain building in for Burke and Caldwell as well as Avery counties. And then off and on rain for the Charlotte area throughout the day. Now, it could be heavy at times, but it does look like tomorrow's rain will be that light to moderate rainfall. And then the heavier stuff starts to come in for Friday. Take a look at that. You can see all this red showing up around 6:30 a.m. on your Friday. So with this, these could be a couple of thunderstorms mixed in. Now, they don't look to be severe. As you can tell, this is quite a bit of moisture moving into the area between now and Friday. And that chance for thunderstorms is there, but the rainfall totals are what we're going to be looking at, especially over the mountains, potentially over 3 inches of rain possible. Chuck?
Well, thanks, Brittany. Good day, Charlotte. Good shape right now. If you're headed out the door, nothing right now to report that would alter your ride. 77, 85, 485 at Independence, all on schedule. Let's take a look outside at Independence Freeway in East Charlotte and show you a volume is picking up a little bit than it was a couple days ago, but we're not expecting a typical workday commute today. Just pack a little patience when you head out the door, folks, but really not expecting any merging delays. Just want you to have a great attitude, especially if you're headed to those shopping centers today. No need to get upset. Back to the studio.
Several families in Rock Hill spent their Christmas day in the dark, and the culprit, a squirrel. City officials there say more than 100 people were without power for Christmas. Oh, thankfully, the power has been restored to the 60 homes there near Lumpkin Circle after that electrical problem.
Well, some hometown heroes got results for several families, making sure they had gifts to open on Christmas morning. The Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office doing some last-minute shopping at Walmart. They purchased gifts for 50 families who are struggling to make ends meet this season. Many of the kids also had the chance to ride along with law enforcement.
Well, it's a great feeling, especially when you talk to the kids and actually have the kids in the car talking to you. Then the kid looks back and see all the blue lights. Then you have a conversation with them, you exchange phone numbers, you hook for life. I know I'll be here every year. As long as I'm here as sheriff in Mecklenburg County, I'll be here each and every year to work with the kids.
The Sheriff's Department partnered with Hometown Heroes and other local agencies to make the shopping experience possible.
Dozens of volunteers serve a holiday meal while one family reunites for their very first Christmas together.
Our Caroline Fountain takes us to the Charlotte Rescue Mission for a real Christmas miracle.
She is a faithful volunteer.
A room filled with volunteers, filled with Christmas spirit.
Sean has been working since 11 last night.
Working hard to serve a hot meal to their brothers and sisters in need.
Everyone needs love at Christmas. Everyone needs to feel special at Christmas.
People like Christina Mohammed made everyone who walked into the Charlotte Rescue Mission this holiday feel special.
Putting everything on both. Yep, you got it.
They had all the fixins and a personal server to make everyone feel at home.
I was talking with one gentleman, and we were talking about family.
Edward Stay and his daughter Kira have made a giving Christmas their new holiday tradition.
I'm 11, and I think we've been doing this like 1 or 2 years. It's fun to do it to like serve other people and help other people.
Thank you.
One family they're serving is celebrating a very special Christmas this year.
They're helping me see my family, helping me recover, helping me get clean, so it's an awesome feeling.
This is Reginald Sampson's first year spending Christmas with his 2 daughters.
This is my Christmas gift right here. This is my Christmas gift. See my daughters. I did not expect to see my daughters today.
It's also a special day for his mom, Stephanie.
Last time I celebrated Christmas with my mother was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. So to see her today for like 4 or 5 years on Christmas is actually a blessing.
This is the best Christmas gift that my son is doing. I couldn't ask for anything more. And for this place and helping him. So I'm very grateful and very blessed.
Yeah. The best Christmas present found in the gift of giving this holiday season. In Charlotte, I'm Caroline Fountain, Fox 46, Charlotte.
Still ahead on Good Day, the Panthers' Christian McCaffrey can do it all. Hear what his coach had to say about his incredible season. Welcome back into Good Day 451 on this Wednesday, and it's going to be a fairly decent day out.
Absolutely. I would give today a decent, although 28 is a little indecent
True,
start.
but it's not raining, it's not snowing.
Yeah, I know, it's true. It's just chilly.
Exactly. It's just cold out there. And, you know, we've been dealing with this for the past few mornings, so we're pretty used to it now. We're taking a look right now at Boone. You guys are at 24 degrees, so actually a little bit cooler there than what we're seeing here in the Charlotte area. But overall, all of us need a jacket as we're heading out the door. You can see that from the current temperatures. Putting your neighborhoods first, Charlotte is at 28, along with Statesville, Salisbury around 26, along with Albemarle. If you're down in Chesterfield, 31 degrees, 29 degrees up in Jefferson right now. But overall, we are seeing those temperatures still likely to drop a degree or two before the morning is over. And then once the sun gets going, we'll have temperatures rising after that. You can see that from the future satellite and radar. There's no clouds showing up. No rain for your Wednesday afternoon, which is some good news, but we do have changes on the way. Enjoy today because it does look like this is one of the last days this week where we have some more sunshine out there and those nicer temperatures, because we're talking about some rain coming in for your Thursday and a lot of cloud cover for the Charlotte area around 1:30 p.m. Some of that rain over towards Avery, Caldwell, and Burke counties. And then things will be off and on for the rest of the area throughout the day. We could see intermittent showers, light to moderate rainfall, but the heavier rainfall is coming. It just looks like it's more so going to be late Thursday night into Friday morning. This is around 6:30 a.m. And this is a line of heavy rain, potentially even some thunderstorms mixed in with this line. And so for Friday morning, some folks may be traveling once again. This rain could be heavy at times, and it's going to last for a good chunk of the day. So Thursday and Friday are both neighborhood weather alert days. High of 50 degrees for your Thursday and a high of 64 on Friday with warmer air moving in. Chuck?
Well, thanks, Brittany. At least we got some warmer air moving into the area. Anyway, if you're headed out right now, folks, in great condition, nothing unusual, green conditions around the area, and no accidents or stalled vehicles to report. Let's take a live look outside at one of our cameras right now, I-85 in West Charlotte. Northbound traffic on 85 coming toward us from the Gaston County area. Looking good, folks. Just do me a favor, keep the speed in check. It was about 4 years ago. I got a ticket the day after Christmas. Don't do that, folks. It messes up your holiday. Back to the studio.
All right, time now to talk some sports. College football returning to Bank of America Stadium this coming weekend.
Fox 46 Sports Director Will Kunkel has the details now in your morning sports.
South Carolina and Virginia meeting Saturday afternoon in the Belk Bowl right here in Charlotte. And yes, the Panthers are the team of the Carolinas, but the Gamecocks live by that motto come recruiting time too, which makes the Belk Bowl that much more important for them when they're here in Charlotte.
Well, we love coming to Bank of America Stadium. One of the more exciting games we've had at South Carolina was against NC State here. Our opener in 2017. It was a fantastic game, and you know, the University of South Carolina has always had a lot of success here in Charlotte. It's a huge area for us to recruit. A lot of really good high school coaches in the area and in the state. We consider the North Carolina part of our state. We don't have a very big state, so we've got to be able to do a good job recruiting in the state of North Carolina, which we've done in our time at South Carolina.
Meanwhile, Clemson is preparing for their game against Notre Dame on Saturday. And how about Trevor Lawrence? The kid steps in for Kelly Bryant as a true freshman. Bryant transfers, so then it's all up to Lawrence. And I'd say so far, so good. Just 2 wins away from the national title. I'll take that, huh?
That quarterback switch seemed like 3 years ago. I mean, it seems like so much time has passed. But I would say that, yeah, I mean, Trevor's had 13 games under his belt. And so he's a freshman, I guess, still, but he plays like a sophomore. He's had a whole year under his belt, and he's really just gotten better every week and really just command the attention of the team. I think after Kelly left, it was just a big improvement from that standpoint. Trevor kind of getting all the guys together and leading charge.
Yes, the Panthers are on a 7-game losing streak. Yes, they are 6-9 after they were 6-2. Yes, they are eliminated from the playoff race, but we're going to focus on something positive right now. Christian McCaffrey, the guy has been as good as anyone in the entire NFL. He is 4th in the league in rushing with 1,080 yards. He has 845 receiving yards. He's 25th in the entire league as a running back in receiving yards. That's pretty good. He's got 106 catches this season. That's the most in NFL history by a running back, and for good measure, he has 13 touchdowns. That's 7th most in the NFL. So what I'm saying is, he's a good football player.
I think anytime you have a player playing at such a high level, it means a great deal to your team, to your offense, and again, he's done a great job for us, and really do appreciate his effort every week. He can do it all for you. He's a solid football player. Again, we got to be smart about it going forward. We've got to make sure that we have all those other pieces we need to be in place, and again, there's a group of young guys that are playing receiver that have done a great job for us, and they got to continue to learn and grow at their position as well.
Now, after having the last 2 days off, the Panthers are back at it today. We'll be in the locker room, and we'll probably get to talk to Taylor Heinicke, as it's usually Cam's day. So now that Taylor's a starter, well, at least we'll find out if he is a starter. So tune in tonight at 6 and 10.
Well, I guess it's never too late to apologize for something you've done wrong, right? At least in the case involving this one New Jersey church. A stolen statue of baby Jesus returned to Our Lady of Grace Church in Hoboken after 90 years.
What?
Yeah, the church apparently got several anonymous letters saying the statue had been stolen back in the 30s and that the thief was sorry and super old.
I know.
Or that the thief's grandson or granddaughter, I suppose, more likely was sorry. 2 notes coming from Florida, both handwritten. The people who wrote them saying they regret stealing the statue. They didn't mean any harm. It arrived back at the church just in time for Christmas Mass.
Well, I guess it's never too late to make things right.
Right. I'm just curious as far as doing the math here. Who actually wrote those notes?
Right, and who from the church is still there to remember that it was stolen? But hey, it's
But
the
baby
thought.
Jesus made it back just in time for Christmas. We'll be right back, guys.
Breaking news right now.
CMPD searching for the person responsible for
We'll be right back with another stream. I'm going to kill this one so before we can be open for the opening bell for the stock exchange.
Gutted their home on Christmas Day. An update on this tragedy ahead in just a bit. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Good Day Charlotte. I'm Rochelle Metzger on this.
Stock marketing opening. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just trying to look at the latest news on the stock. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Maybe checking the market real quickly here. Get a refresh on this. We're gonna crazy up and down, up and down, up and down. Looks like we're seeing a tank already. Yeah, definitely tanking. That's no surprise though. Let's check this out right here. I don't know if you can get this shot in. That's pretty rough, huh? So, see what we can find as far as any other information coming out of hey, how's everybody doing today? Full effect, just reflecting into my phone. There you go. She's released. It's reflecting into my phone. It's actually capturing it, I guess, on the other one. That's pretty cool. Running two simultaneous streams over here. So one you got me here. I'm also on this one right here, but got this stream going as well. I'm running two streams. Depending on how you want to take in the content, just giving more options. Because I fully expect, like I said, what are we looking like on time? It is 9:35. The market opened 5 minutes ago. Let's see what we can find out. Let's see what. This is actually Google, so should be able to actually do this. And I'll make this one right over. Yeah, cool. So, Dow. So we're trading up right now. That's actually quite surprising. I was fully expecting to see the market not doing so good, but I gotta tell you, I don't think it's gonna hold. Maybe. I fully suspect that the market will tank and we'll have massive losses today. But I mean, after what we've seen, I guess maybe it's not as surprising because of what we've seen on Christmas Eve. The market did go down so far that created a situation where it was likely to go up, I would suspect. Disable my scroll bar. Okay, let's see what we can focus. Dow. So we definitely headed up. That's pretty good game there. Let's see. I'm That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll actually bring this into focus. I'll bring it into this corner of the screen like that. That's perfect like that. Then if I could bring it up. Yeah. Look at the S&P. In a second, we'll look at the S&P and see what that's doing. It's down, significantly down. Way down, actually. Ooh. We'll get the pressure on this. See what we can do. Now the Dow Jones is down, so not really a big surprise there. 653 point crash. Oh my God, we're gonna start seeing the. Oh man, this is bad, folks. This is real bad. Bro, I'm on the wrong thing here. See if I can plug that to the door. Pretty crazy. So Dow Jones Industrial. Alright, wow. Check this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. This is fucking crazy. Let's see. I'm just thinking it would be better if I could find it. Go live with the share screen app so I could scroll on my phone and talk about it. See what CNN's got to say. And I'll do. What do we got going on now? Let's see what.
A day after cheating political death, Theresa May went to Brussels to try to pull off an even bigger miracle, a Brexit deal that Parliament can actually pass. For all of the big egos and shouting in Westminster and Brussels, he couldn't care less about Brexit. The heart of the problem is a place that, right now, is peaceful and quiet.
Let's check this out. I'm gonna try to see if I can pump this into the live feed. Bear with me right here. I think this is real cool data that we can get out of here. See if I can, like I said, try to pump this into the live feed. Give me a second to get this connected because bear with me. That's good news. But again, I do not believe this is going to hold firm. You gonna come through? You gonna go through? Yeah. I'm trying.
Ready, Zach?
Oh, we're ready. Welcome to the show. Let's make finance make sense.
I'm gonna actually get rid of this one. Yeah.
You do your day, but the stock market doesn't wait. With the Yahoo Finance app, you can get up-to-the-minute market trends and buy and sell stocks from anywhere, all without leaving the app. The market in your pocket. Download today.
With the Yahoo Finance app, you can follow the latest market trends and buy and sell stock instantly. It makes trading stocks as easy as calling a ride. You're not Jeremy. So no matter where you are, it's as easy as A, B, T.
The Black Friday weekend was really positive for retailers. Of course, you had the big winners like Amazon, but also a lot of the department stores, some of the mass merchants were reporting really strong sales. And when you see that positivity in
Let's
November,
get rid of the sound since there is caption on the screen. Actually, let it be just a hair.
about 10% of holiday sales actually happens starting now in the days after Christmas. Consumers do return a lot of transactions, but there are a lot of sales that are really compelling now too, as retailers are looking to clear out all their inventory. So the season's not done yet, and I definitely expect a strong finish through at least 2018.
So what did you say there in terms of the individual winners? Department stores you singled out?
Definitely, well, I should say some of the department stores. The ones that are doing well right now are companies like Macy's and Kohl's. They actually have had some pretty strong momentum. Of course, some of the ones that are not doing well are Sears and JCPenney. But in general,
No, Sears is not doing good at all. Sears is absolutely just
some of the
getting burned through the ringer right now.
Transformation, that's definitely where we're seeing more of the positive impact. Target, Walmart should have a decent holiday season as well. The companies that tend to not do as well, that we have not heard as much great news about, are some of the specialty big box retailers. Those are definitely some of the ones that
S&P's up 1.11%, 1.09.
Look at overall sentiment for 2019. What do you think will have a bigger effect on consumers? The sell-off in the stock market or the cheaper gas prices?
Well, for most Americans,
Dow just went into negative territory right then.
Gas at the pump per gallon is usually about $700 back to
I mean, it is definitely flirting around with at just 111. It's right on the line. NASDAQ is also very low. The market
will be the mass merchants like a Walmart, dollar stores, sometimes convenience stores, but definitely sectors like grocery do really well when the gas prices go down. So that's certainly a
drop the screen a little bit.
The average
Need a little
consumer
bit more of that.
At the lower end as well. The stock market is going to more likely affect the affluent consumer.
0.99. Oh damn! I thought it was gonna drop right then.
Probably some softness at the high
So
end as a
let's see
result
if I
of
can get
exactly
the.
what you're describing. But at the low end for now,
Let me see if I can get the.
it should be okay. We'll wait and see
Live
what tariffs do, because tariffs
chat. Well, now we are in the negative. NASDAQ is now in the negative. NASDAQ is positive. I'm looking right. It's actually right here. That's what I'm talking about. This right here. As you see, 603, 604. Whenever it turns red, that means you're in negative territory. There, like right there, that's negative. And then looking at this screen, no, that way. Whoop, yeah, that way. They're talking about Time Warner and Disney.
And say that's the way to go. Well, first of all, Verizon is the key.
Now the middle boxes that somebody was to. Damn, I'm really bad at doing this. There you go. Right there, $5.99 on the Nasdaq in the negative. Until some new news comes out here. Look, Nasdaq is just barely flirting over. This is Verizon stock. Looks like they're struggling as well.
Let's don't be so fast here. So I think there's definitely cooling in this sense that, oh my God, we've got to have these mega companies where everybody,
It's absolutely, I can't even believe we're in a situation like this. We're at 0.89, just less than 1% into the positive right now. This is a positive from a huge loss that we've seen on Christmas Eve, so this is not a big positive at all because they the massive loss that they had on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the stock market wasn't open, and they say anything, we're 6 points away. Look at that. That's the AAPL over.
One of the pieces of speculation earlier.
Wrong way. Yeah, that way. We'll just go that way. At a third, so. Yeah, right here. You can do it like the weatherman. Right here, that's Amazon. Amazon, that's actually still positive.
I think it's certainly a prime area within the media landscape. I mean, look at what Disney has done with sports.
Craziness.
It's been the crown jewel of Disney.
How the hell Disney has pulled this off? And we are now in the 0.79. I don't know if that's 0.80. I'm talking about the S&P 500, the very top hand corner of this screen. Nasdaq is up, but just less than 2%.
Certainly something to that. I mean, Twitter's been sniffing around in that area for some time as well. I think Facebook has shown some interest, or at least there's been some speculation.
Does anybody buy
So,
Snap?
absolutely.
Does anyone buy Snap? I know it's not technically a media company, but it's in the vicinity.
No, it's not in this vicinity. What is this fucking idiot talking about?
That's the best way I can put it.
Really? You don't think there's anybody who could bottom tick this thing and actually take advantage of it?
Well, I mean, I think they're...
All right, Donald Trump, buy it. This is a great market to buy in. Great market to buy in. Yeah, Donald Trump, who the fuck has money when the market's bottoming out?
Integrating the synergies, and really, which has been some pretty strong headwinds against Snap with regards to Facebook and Instagram, and it's just such a competitive landscape. I would not want to be fishing there.
Minimums and fees seem to be the foundation of your typical bank. Capital One is anything but typical. That's why we designed savings and checking accounts with no fees or minimums. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Time now for our executive edge. 95% of S&P 500 stocks are in correction territory. They're down at least 10% from their 52-week high. Among the biggest losers on the list, one we've talked about so very much, General Electric, GE, down 64%. Then there's L Brands, down 61%. NVIDIA, which was such a high flyer, down 56%. And Halliburton, also down 50%.
Absolutely crazy.
But there are a couple of holdouts. I want to tell you about them. Red Hat is...
Issues. How bad is it going to get in 2019?
I think the market is likely to be stable. We are not going to see very big upswings or downswings. China used to grow at double-digit growth rate for almost a decade, 5 million units of vehicle, which is about 25%.
Many are saying if you look to the U.S., if that story is peaking, if this is as good as it for U.S. sales, we're talking about the Ford came too late, and now the timing is quite difficult given the
Card shows that shoppers delivered for stores in the final stretch. Total sales, excluding autos, rose 5.1% from November 1st through December 24th. And that is the biggest.
This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford.
I'm absolutely just in shock that we're
Good morning. I'm Allison Rodriguez.
0.64.
ABC 15 Arizona.
We are working to get answers after a man dies during a shootout with police on Christmas Day. Buckeye
I wonder where I'm
PD
getting Arizona local news.
Watson and Yuma after the suspect got into an argument with his
I don't
girlfriend.
know, because this is coming out of Yahoo, so I don't understand why it's got Arizona. I don't care, it's interesting.
Investigators say they are
And killed in police shooting.
or if the suspect
Not surprising right there, right?
Today marks the first full business day since the partial government shutdown went into effect last week. There is no end in sight for the standoff
No end in
between
sight.
President Donald Trump and Congress. They have not reached a deal over the budget and funding for the border.
0.52, 0.52, 0.49, market's falling, 0.47, 0.46, 0.45, 0.44, 0.43, 0.41, 0.40, 38,
ABC 15.
39,
Accurate forecast right now.
0.39,
Just Iris Hermosillo. We are going to continue to
0.40, 0.39. This is
the valley, just a few sprinkles early in the morning.
when you start seeing it go negative, you're going to start 0.40, 0.38, 0. This is the S&P top end corner is what I'm talking about. Right, all the way past this though. This is the NASDAQ is your first number. If you go all the way to the top corner, you're looking at the S&P 500 is now at 0.35.
Though, even than yesterday, a high of just 61 degrees in
0.37.
50 in Prescott today, 52 only in Kingman, and that temperature will keep dropping as we track another storm system in here on Thursday. Just a slight chance for rain Thursday night, but the bigger push will be that cooler air.
They're talking about in Arizona over here.
61 today to 59.
Wrong way I pointed, but still.
Only 55 for a high on Friday, and the nights they're getting much colder too. So start thinking about your pets, your plants, your pipes. Temperatures dropping into the 30s through the weekend. We could see some
Start thinking about your pipes when it's 30 degrees. Y'all motherfucking Arizonians don't even know what cold is, do you? Which I don't really either. I'm in North Carolina, but I thought that was funny, so I can't imagine if you live in Wyoming how funny you thought that was.
America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Your pets, your plants, your pipes. Temperatures dropping into the 30s through the weekend. Start thinking about your pipes when it's 30 degrees. Y'all motherfucking Arizonians don't even know what cold is. Which I don't really either. I'm in North Carolina, but I thought that was funny, so I can't imagine if you live in Wyoming how funny you thought that was.
Yeah, right. So, keep watching the market. I don't know if we lost the speed or what happened. Maybe it was only a 2-hour stream. What's this button do? Did I just start it over?
This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Good morning. I'm Allison Rodriguez with your morning update from ABC 15 Arizona. We are working to get answers after a man dies during a shootout with police on Christmas Day.
Oh, 0.29. 0.29. I can't get this to do anything for me. I'm gonna drop it 0.31. Put this one on S&P 500. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this one. So we're now at 0.39. Let's see what we got going on. I'm going to check the news one last time. If I don't see any dramatic change, I won't come back unless we have a market, unless the market starts falling again. Then I'll come back live. Let's see what I can do. Trying to see what all the... Isn't that crazy? 8-year-old final days. That's fucking crazy. The Guantanamo boy was diagnosed with a common cold. Well, you know, markets are hitting negative territory on the S&P 500. And by the way, you see it scrolling up there, but subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button and ring the bell. I really would appreciate all of that. Let's take it back to just a single shot of the Dow Jones. Check that out. 0.11, 0.12, 0.15. And, no, if y'all can. That's incredible. Just incredible. So yeah, this is actually better than what it was. And every time it dips, people buy again. 0.10, 0.10. I really thought we would be, honestly, I thought we'd be negative 200 by now. So, that's very, very low, but still positive, even if it's minute positive. We're only 6 points away. And that was the opening. We're 6 points away now. So technically we're like 0.997 now. But there's negative territory right there. Negative territory. And now S&P is now losing. S&P is back in the positive territory, but it's all over. I apologize. 0.8. Let's see. Really only focused in on this one. subscribe to the channel. Stock attempts to rebound. My attempt to rebound, but it's not doing so good, is it? I'm gonna go home. Don't get mad.
There's also these questions of these phone calls that Steve Mnuchin made from Mexico over the weekend to the heads of top banks to sort of try to reassure them. Could these two be connected?
I think so. I mean, I think the Treasury Secretary is under intense pressure from... from the president, because the president has tied his own fortunes to the fortunes of the stock market. How many times have we heard him talk about the Dow's up 25%? It's the best stock market in the history of mankind, you know. And now you have a Dow last week that was the worst week since the financial crisis. December on track for the worst month since the Great Depression. And these are comparisons that must gall this president. And he wants the Fed chief or the Treasury Secretary to do something. At the same time, he's bashing his Fed chief. He blames the Treasury Secretary for the Fed chief pick because he was
crazy.
Look, no
It's
matter
absolutely
who's the Fed chief,
fucking
you're gonna see interest
crazy.
rates rising. There's no question about that. This president is just very angry about it.
But I mean, look, it doesn't take an economist to understand that if the President of the United States attacks his Fed chair, and then it's leaked over the weekend that he's been talking about firing him, that will be a prime driver of the stock market down. That's got to rattle the confidence of
It
markets.
does not inspire confidence. What also does not inspire confidence is when the
All right,
Treasury
folks,
Secretary,
that'll be it.
under pressure
I'm
from
Ken
the president,
Jones.
our White House team is
Remember,
reporting,
for Full Entertainment
sends out
Media,
this
remember
press
to
release
like,
after
subscribe.
these phone calls.
Please
He's on
subscribe. Hit the
vacation
subscribe button
in
right
Cabo
now.
San
If you're not
Lucas. He
subscribed,
sends
what
out
are you
this
waiting
press
for?
release
Subscribe to
about
the
the
channel,
calls
please.
with the big bank
And
CEOs. How
thank you.
populist is this,
Make sure you
right?
like, and of course, ring that bell so you can get all the notifications after you subscribe. Ring the bell, and we at FullEntertainmentMedia.com will surely appreciate that. Please subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. God bless each and every one of you.
The money
I really
reporters and the money